Welcome. Cold winds blow from Issyrla. As we continue our tale, we'll say we are in slight sick mode on the GM side, so I do not have my light on today, but we will be continuing our travails into insanity here as our brave heroes who recently had lost their longtime home they'd spent many years in time creating relationships and such things and conquering the land and having deals with it was suddenly thrown to chaos. Those elders who had made deals with the land were rendered incapacitated by the awakening of some type of dragon spirit or spirits within the vast skeleton that overlooked their village. Being tossed out, they made their way, making deals with entities and the people of the lower plains of Issyrla alike, deciding and agreeing that they were allowed to etch out a place for them to stay for a certain amount of time away from the major clans and the land of and all the good land that has been claimed. And thus they were sent, or they chose, more specifically, to head to the south in an effort to find a place to be. And in getting close, they have found that the area in which they had planned seems to be claimed by an entity that keeps a tough border. As they began to get on the very edges of it, their people were afflicted with a strange magical effect or sickness that caused them to be confused or terrified. These strange creatures that were doing this were flitting in and out of eyesight and soon retreated once they were detected and much of their magic was done away with. In an effort to understand this, Nala had gone into the woods and found an afflicted being that currently was in the shape of a tree that seemed to drip sap that was like acid, and told them of the Skraseg, the entity that seemed to rule this place, and how they might summon another entity to them in order to attempt to make a deal. The price of talking with such an entity was certain gifts that meant many things. And so our heroes took personal ones of themselves, memories and mementos, and arranged them and gave them up as a sacrifice to have a conversation. And thus, where we left our heroes having gotten the agreement that was put forth, which ultimately was, if you wish my aid in conquering or taking over this place from its previous owner, you must agree to do the job that they were doing, primarily keeping it safe from interplanar incursions, as they described this place as a place that was thin. With this information, our crew began to talk and decide what to do next. And is in the midst of that we will come back to. So there still is the glow that is around the objects and area, but you have given it a bit of a distance, and they have promised that they are not eavesdropping as you sit here as a clan of elders and decide what next is best for the future of not only yourselves, but all of Scodsfell and those who came with you. What would you like to do?
So I'm sure Desiree is drifting off. Larry, I need some spiel of how he feels, wrapping it up with, well, if we don't try to get back our village where most of these people's ancestors grew up, we would just be giving up, and that doesn't settle right with me. I just believe that if we do set up here, it has to be somewhere that, some place that isn't permanent for most of our people.
Um, I think if we want to go ahead and establish the things that we absolutely must do at all costs, it seems like the honoring of the initial deal with the clan might be one that we all need to voice on, and then we can go from there. So I think that because this was the pact we made, we should have it still as our end goal, which is to go back to where we came from. So that definitely should not be taken off the table.
I mean, that is where Nala, your library is, after all. So, Hilda, how do you feel?
Well, I agree. Going back to the original homestead is most desirable, but I think practically it's not possible. And it seems that anywhere we go, we're going to have to make some deals. We're going to have to perform a service in order to remain on the land. And I don't. You're much smarter than I am, Azariah, but I don't see a choice.
If I may, just in terms of setting a baseline of things that we want to make sure we accomplish. So in other words, this has nothing to do with our current course of action and what we decide to do here in this place. But Torhilda, do you think that this end goal of getting the people back to where we promised we would return them is something we should do, or that is now up to question?
I think, obviously, in a perfect world, being able to bring them back is the best option. I just don't know that that is an option any longer. So I think we should maybe we should talk to the village and tell them sort of what's going on and see if they would like to make a new home. I don't know how attached they were to the old place. I'm not from the village, so it's hard for me to speak to how important it is for them to go back to that place, or whether really home is wherever we all are together.
Well, I'm not from the village either, but I do believe that the hundreds of years that those people and their families have been there do mean a lot to them. They are maybe having the wondrous hearts that we do, but they feel comfortable in the place of power. And I believe those mountaintops hold a lot of that. And I think
Maybe
we
we
can't
can
leave that unsettled either. I think we have to really pick a side.
Yes. And so really I think we're all agreed that we cannot go back there now. And so the only question before us is whether we want to make a deal to protect this land in exchange for some measure of protection and safe passage ourselves, or whether we want to take this land by force with no agreement.
I do want to get to that question too, but I also want to hear from everyone in regards to what they think that end goal should be, whether or not we should honor the deal that we made with the clan or not. Bormunder, what do you think?
I am simple-minded, and I thought that we had promised the village to return them, and so I would honor that if so. But if they are willing to pick a new home, I do not have any particular love for one place or another. I do worry, Nala, when you spoke to the Fae, they asked if we were prepared to live there for all time, and we told them that we were. And I wonder, do you have a sense of what the Fae will feel if we are only interested in staying for a short time? Do you think that would change the deal they offer to us?
I'm not sure. I do want to talk about that, but I also want to hear from Eric in regard to the first question before us, which is regarding that pact we made. Because if we're all in agreement on the pact, then we can move on to the second stage of this, which is figuring out our immediate courses of action, what we plan to do, what if we want to set up a temporary residence, or if we want to look at other options, or if we want to talk to the clan. But Eric, I'm also curious what you have to say.
Well, not originally being from the village, I cannot say that I have a strong connection to the land. However, being exiled from my home, I know what it feels like to be, or to want to return, to possibly be back where your land is. This decision, I'm torn on making a decision, because if we stay here, we put the village at harm. From what the Fae is saying, the extraplanar activities are bound to happen here. If we try to return, we also face danger. So I don't believe we have a clear path. I think we have to decide the lesser of evils here.
Okay, so it sounds to me like, based on the pact, the majority, at least, thinks we should do what we can to honor it if the clan is still wanting it. Having said that, I mean, I'm not from the village. I don't know if any of us are from the village, which does make this a little awkward for us to have the conversation. But at the same time, I feel like they've paused time here. And above table, do we have the sense that we cannot leave this area while we're having this conversation?
They did pause stuff while it was there, yeah. So, I mean, you could leave, but you could probably walk outside of it. I mean,
well, I think, like, you know, I think it's good to have, like, get the consensus of people. I feel like they, as us all being outsiders, right? I think one, it's almost like we were destined to be here, especially if, like, these people have voted us in for these very special, like positions we are in as like elders, though we are like, some of the people that have only been here for maybe years or contributed in some way to be significant. And I think these people really trust us to obviously lead them, and that's why they have brought us here.
Sounds like we're all in agreement on that part, so that we want to kind of get a gauge on how the clan feels, right?
I mean, to Azariah, he doesn't care either way because he believes like this, like they chose him to make these decisions. So he is pretty, he doesn't care either way, but he's kind of confident in his abilities to make decisions for these people that he's supposed to lead.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should ask the village to see. I mean, we may be the elders, but we are deciding where they're going to live the rest of their lives. So,
I would
they
say,
may want to
though,
stay.
is we told the big tribe group that we could just have an outpost here, and it might not always take incursions the best, but if it gets important to all the other villages around, maybe they would put people here as well.
Okay. All right. Well, I see no issue with us at least trying to get a feel for where everyone's at, and once we have that information, then we can make a more informed decision.
Well, Nala, why don't you go out and talk to him? I'll stay here.
Does one of us have to stay? I
don't see why we all have to have ears to listen, but you can all go, and I'll stay here.
Okay. Well, why don't a couple of us go, and we can at least just try to get that read. We'll present the information that we have, and just but not in a way that makes it sound like we're favoring any side here. Just to get honest feedback, because maybe the man has changed their mind. Who knows?
I'll help you, Nala. We'll go take a poll. I reach in my bag and pull out a clipboard.
All right, we're gonna go. Time for the polls.
Just make sure to mention that this place could still be used, but I think where the power is with the dragon, the original agreement, we might need that type of help in the future with all these different entities about.
And since we're taking a poll, would the options available therefore be, do we want to fight our way through here to set up a temporary residence, or do we want to make a deal for a permanent residence, or do we want to take our chances elsewhere, which is probably the most dangerous, just to find that temporary place until, and also we'll ask, if they want to even head back anymore.
Yeah.
And
I'd say just for time, those first three, they aren't going to be interested in answering.
Okay.
Because to them, that's going to be like what the leaders' jobs decide are. Right. I think when you were trying to figure out those major questions, that makes a lot of sense to check in with the people.
Awesome. Okay.
Right.
So
but from there, they're kind of like, whichever one would come to, they go, you're the leaders. You guys figure, we trust you to figure out what's best for our people from the major goal. Right.
Right. So we're really just then checking on, do they still want to return back to the land, or has that mood changed now that we've spent so much time away? I guess that's kind of our main focus.
Yeah, I mean, Azariah, he's in favor of, well, because he knows that, that problem up there in the mountain, we have to go and attend to that either way. It just seems like a bigger problem than, just these things popping up in the forest. So he's definitely, if we go there and we do what we have to do. And if we can make a deal to keep this village safe and running, then let's do that. It makes, that's what he believes. Like, it just makes sense in his mind.
All right.
And I think we still don't know if this place is a possible temporary home. That's an open question.
Right, and I think how Azariah is trying to get around that as well as maybe the bulk of people can be here, but if everyone around here contributes, we're obviously going to build here, and if we can turn it into a trading hub when we leave, when some people are here, then maybe and then like I said, encourage other villages to get involved. Maybe we can all protect this place.
Yeah,
what I was a benefit for these planar incursions. Maybe there's different material or something that we can have access to, because there's not a lot of material in this land that is bountiful, I guess.
The only I know Nala, her chief concern with the temporary residents here would just be in relation to oh goodness, hold on. Shoslata is how I wrote it. And because they had mentioned that, and this has nothing to do with the deal, by the way, but when they mentioned possibly working with us, they said they wanted us to take the place of the Fae, which means that they probably still want to monitor this area. And if we go through and destroy their forces that are monitoring it to set up that temporary home, there's really nothing to stop them from trying to reclaim it from us and sending something that we also have to deal with. So that would be chief fear number one in regards to this being a temporary arrangement for Nala anyway.
I mean, you should ask them, does it suffice to just have the trading post, or after we leave, right? Does that, is that okay for having some type of permanent residency? It might not be the bulk of our people, but it's still some people. But this is also we have 3 to 6 months, for what we said that we needed out here to the group, the big council of tribe leaders.
So mechanically, this would be a Matt question. If Torhilda and I try to get the mood of the clan in regard to returning back home or looking for other options, how would you want us to roll to determine that?
Right. So ultimately, this would be persuasion and investigation.
Okay. Let's see.
Guidance.
So guidance would be hard on this one, unfortunately,
Oh.
because it's not like a single action. It's representing a course of time.
I can roll a persuasion with advantage using one of my features, which is an option. If I did that, would I be able to also incorporate Torhilda's charisma?
Oh, for helping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah. My persuasion, just my modifier, my persuasion's plus 13.
So it's your charisma.
Charisma check, so probably
Charisma's plus 5. Yeah.
5? Okay. All right. Okay. So that's 33.
Okay. And then I need the investigation.
I think
You
we
better
both
take
suck at
that
that.
You probably suck less than me.
Possibly, unless you're proficient in it.
No.
I mean, did someone else go help you guys? Or
I hope so.
I'm the only one that said I was staying back. So.
Maybe Zoe did.
We're
Yeah,
the two
I
negative
agree.
intelligence.
Yeah, I
I'll go
came with. I could add my -1 investigation.
Well, that's an upgrade from
Hey,
me.
Zoe, what's your modifier?
+4.
Hey, there you
Oh,
go.
Winner,
Oh,
winner,
sorry.
chicken dinner.
Yeah. I'll do it. Okay, sure.
Mm-hmm. You go.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm -3.
Natural 20 for a 24.
Ooh,
Woohoo!
I'm a -2. Do you want to add my modifier?
Yeah,
No.
-3.
No, I'm
Keep
good.
in mind, the whole help with modifier, I just want to clarify it, is that is you don't need to add the relevant modifier if you describe how you're helping by a different modifier.
Right.
I want to like keep that in front of everybody.
Gotcha.
And that's kind of how it's actually meant to do. So it's sort of like if someone's like, okay, as they're talking to everybody, I'm making sure they're sitting really nice. Maybe that's charisma, or the other one's like, I'm showing them all the neat tents we could possibly do, or whatever you could come up with. But you could add if you find a way that you're helping.
I might have had a way to help then, because I just realized I had been collecting notes on the people taking their stories down as we traveled, which is one of the things I mentioned I had done, and I could lend those notes to Eric while he's doing his investigation to see how their mood has changed over time or remained the same.
Gotcha. Okay. Well,
I
I can
really
also
like
add my flash of genius to this because it's for an ability check or a saving throw, which is an additional +4.
All right.
So-
Then what was Nala's charisma?
+3.
Okay.
So that would be a 30. Well, no, I got 24.
21, right?
I got a 24.
Right.
And then plus what was yours? You said 20. I mean, you said a 3.
3.
3. That makes it 27. Yeah, correct, Matt. You're correct. 31.
Okay. Perfect. So that is very high on both. So one major thing with the persuasion as you're going about, the major thing going there is getting people's opinion in a way that doesn't cause them to change their opinion, which is extremely hard to do. So that's the way of just getting in there and understanding. And then the second, they're compiling information. So sorry, this is where I might have to pause and breathe a little bit. Like I said. So what you're able to find is ultimately the ultimate desire would still be to return home. For many, you get a lot of it is they have not seen a place where it would be necessarily easy. Like everywhere is a fight. Your deal with the people here to even stay and be allowed to live in the general area here is to destroy monsters. And then even specifically, if you kind of get the idea, they start to think, wait, you're talking about having to conquer into this area in order to live here. So that's another type of fight. So for them, they're understanding that there's a fight to live anywhere. And if we're going to have to battle and fight to live somewhere, they would rather take the fight to reclaim the glorious magical land of Skodfell, this place they lived where they knew, and versus a land they don't. Is there any other information you wanted out of this?
Not me. That sounds like what I needed to know.
Eric or anybody? Okay. So you take the results back?
Oh, yes.
As can proceed.
Go ahead and relay the results back to everyone else.
That is what I thought. Now, the next step is talking to the Fae, telling them that ultimately, while we may be able to leave some people behind, we cannot, the bulk of our people cannot stay here forever.
I think what this means is we just can't enter a deal with them, regardless of whatever we decide to do. We at least know that. So that's one option that's off the table. The other options available right now would be to fight our way through these Fae on our own without the help, to set up that residence that we talked about, which comes with its own unique dangers. But I also feel like if we press on from here, we're going to encounter dangers we haven't even thought of. I don't think there's going to be a safe spot to live temporarily.
Why does Nala believe that, like, if we don't set up some type of place here, at least, you know, as a trading post or something else, like that our bulk of our people have to be here for the deal to work?
It was my understanding that the clan had to be together, but maybe I'm getting that wrong.
I mean, ultimately, you had to maintain what the deal was, which was you had to live there, reside in it, and keep it safe. So, depends how you would achieve that.
Yeah, so I think if as long as we have some type of residence here, right, and we keep it safe, maybe we train up the people that stay here specifically. We convince the villagers to also like take this seriously as a trading post. Like I think there is like, and maybe we will have to see, well, probably soon, about what these planar incursions entail and like if there any benefit. Like obviously it's like dangerous monsters, but okay, like what materials or what things can we get from these monsters or these spaces that could be beneficial and entice these villagers to actually trade with us and then bring in more money and more protections and more people interested of staying and protecting this place.
And there's also Shoslaughter themselves that might become an issue.
We have decisions to make, and I think you will have to talk to the Fae about that, and I'm not the talker, so I'm just D&D.
Let me just ask this. Is everyone on board with the fact that we have to turn down this deal?
Yeah, I think
You-
that's what the village wants.
Yes, fine with me.
Could we strike up another deal? Maybe we inquire the help of the Fae to help us take back our land.
What do we give them in return?
I guess that would be a question for the Fae, wouldn't it?
True, but I wonder if they're going to ask us, what are you willing to give? And I only mention that because we all gave a sacrifice just to meet with them.
Why can't we honor the deal and go back to our own place? Why are those things not able to exist at the same time?
As I understand the deal, they want us to remain here permanently. And if we end up leaving people here who don't want to stay here, that could cause us to break the pact.
I think, I mean, after time, maybe people will want to stay here. I think that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to investigate more about this area. Like, maybe there could be some beneficial to having some people here, right? Like, I think we need to learn more about these planar incursions and what they actually are.
Yeah,
But
are we
I think-
sure? Are
Go
we
ahead.
sure that they needed us to stay here? My memory was they asked us if we were going to be here for the long haul, and we said yes. We didn't really explore if they had any willingness for us to be temporary protectors.
No, the deal was only for their help. So that's why I'm saying if we want to try to take back this lands without their help, there's no deal attached to it, which is what I assumed we were going to do. But if someone has a better suggestion on that, that's okay. It's just if we accept their help, they are going to have those terms. And if we get to a situation where nobody wants to stay here, we still have to honor that.
I think their help comes with strings
I
that
agree.
the villagers are unwilling to attach themselves to.
Based on what we found out today, I would agree with that.
So no deal.
Unless someone else wants to try and alter it. Azariah, I know that you're the one who's still somewhat open to the deal. So if you have a alternate suggestion that does not tie our people here permanently or for a long period of time, I'm open to hearing it.
Yeah, and I'd say, because Nala, you definitely have heard of bargaining with a lot of these things. Often it is usually the best way in the tale is to proceed is to try to offer another thing.
Okay.
If it is, what you would know is if it is something that they feel like they can work off of, then they might either accept or continue the conversation. If it is way far out of bounds for them, things might end directly there.
Okay. So if that's the case, one option might be that we mention that we will temporarily stay here for the same period of time we've already agreed to. And then after that time, we relinquish all of the land back to them if none of us intend to stay, including any businesses we've opened, any resources we've gathered from the land, not those that we take with us. They might be open to that. It's just an idea.
If no one wants to stay here, Nala, I think that is fine. I'm just under the assumption that some people will.
And they might. That's why I want to make sure that's included. To just add in that pretext of if none of us choose to remain, then we relinquish the land.
Well, so Hilda, how do you feel about talking to them? Or maybe Bormunda?
Well, we might be able to strike a new bargain with them.
I don't. So our choices are to try to make a new deal with them, or to fight them, or to move on and try to find another location. And we struggled to find locations that weren't occupied or problematic one way or the
Right.
other.
Right.
That's my least favorite.
That's
Yeah,
my.
so
yeah.
it's strike an alternate bargain with them or fight. Can't hurt to try to strike a new bargain.
Yeah. Well, I will stay on a nice little boulder, and I will start writing down stuff. And I see you guys go off in the distance to talk to these people. It's almost like the first time.
So going back to talk to them?
I think so.
The Fae. Yeah.
Yep.
Just like kind of like the meeting with the Council of Tribes. I'm just like find a rock and observe and write in that same notepad that I was before. Watching and writing things down that I see.
Okay. Then there's that appears and looks as you approach, and they ethereal and beautiful as they float between all of you and the objects. What have you decided?
We have a counter proposal.
Interesting.
Our people have a home that has been in their ancestors' possession for longer than the memory of the town. And it is important to them to preserve their right to return there. And so we would propose to observe your conditions in which we would protect the land from any incursions as you had suggested, but we cannot promise to keep our people in perpetuity. But as you know, forever is not granted to any of us, so that might have happened anyhow. But we wish to be honest with you about our wishes and our aims. Is this something you are willing to compromise on?
What do you propose instead?
So Nala will bring up the she brings up, bear with me because my brain is not
Sure.
all right. So what she's mentioning is that if we agree to watch over the land for the same amount of time as we've already agreed with the clans to remain here, at the end of that time, what we would offer is, should none of our people choose to remain here, we will relinquish these lands and the architecture we've built to a replacement that they bring here to take our spot, to continue their watch. And the only other thing she would try to get out of this is Jamin to try and lift his curse. I can't remember if it was Shoslatter who had the curse, or no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was the other being, wasn't it?
It was the other being that has the curse.
Yeah, and that's one of the beings we'd be facing. Correct.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, I won't mention that then.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you really have nothing to lose with this deal. It's all upside for you.
Smiles. Not really. Because you kill a champion who has protected this place for hundreds of years. And yet say that I must find one in 6 months to replace you. So, in that case, either it will fall upon you and your ancestors for all time to be sure there is a keeper here. Or should you reclaim your home, you will create an area where we can move the thinness. You will watch over it there.
Nala turns back to the others. I mean, the second part of that might be a good option for us. Take
We
this.
just drop
with
it
us.
down under the raiders that attacked the town. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
I mean, we would at least be able to honor keeping the place safe, and they would be, in effect, helping us take back our home by giving us this land for that amount of time, should we help them.
That sounds like the most reasonable option for us.
Unless someone really wants to stay here forever as a kid. I write that down, nearby on the rock and put it in my notes.
That's a good point. Would they be open to the possibility of us replacing ourselves with a champion we find?
That's what they're suggesting.
That's what they just said.
Someone in the village would have to be that person.
Oh, right, back home. Okay, gotcha. All right. Yep.
Yeah.
I
So
hear
what key in that is that forever the clan would be responsible for that.
Right. So if that person befalls, then we have to sacrifice like another person to be that keeper. Like it's a job, basically. Which would kind of be like another council role, right? That person has a lot of say to be like that single out person that's responsible for that.
It doesn't come with a time code. It's when we take back our home, which is also beneficial to us.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yeah. 'Cause they're mostly interested in the thin place being kept safe. So.
Right.
What's everybody else think?
Does any one of us want to be the keeper?
I think it seems a reasonable compromise.
As do I.
The first one?
I assume.
Yeah, it's one of two options. Option one, you forever make sure somebody or a certain group of people are here to keep this place safe. Option two, the thinness gets put onto Skodfell when you retake it.
Isn't that really the same option?
No,
because
one of them is we would have to make sure there's always someone at this location. The other one is we would be watching over it in our village for all time. Either way, it's
They
permanent.
seem the same to me. They seem very similar.
They are super similar.
Yeah.
but like we know, so like it just depends, right? Like having someone here that could have the power to like fight this back would probably be either one of us or like a group of people, and then or we can just all stay where we live currently, but always have to like deal with this thinness, which could be it could be end up being beneficial. You know, we haven't seen what this thinness provides, but also maybe like the whatever being is the dragon like could help us with that as well. So
Yeah, but that's also a tomorrow problem, right? Like we're going to stay for a while, and then at the end of that time, either one of us or a group of villagers will agree to stay and mind the thinness, or we'll have to bring it with us home. But either way, that's a tomorrow problem.
My understanding is that we were only staying here maybe a few weeks and then going out to the mountains to solve the issue, because we know that like mountain, the fighting between those beings is still occurring.
Right, but the village is going to be here 3 to 6 months.
Right.
So would one of us have to stay here to mind the gap, or?
No, I mean, while the bulk of our people are there, like that's fine. It just depends on what we want to do in the long run, like forever.
Right, like I said, a tomorrow problem.
Right, but we need to make the deal now. This is what it seems.
But is the deal conditional? Like we just have to agree to do either of two things in the future. Leave a capable contingent behind to mind the gap, or bring it with us, but we don't have to decide which of those we're doing now.
I thought we did.
So what they're saying is this, that you would need to know. So put it this way, the ability to move the thin place is what they relate will have a limited amount of time. They'll basically only be able to do it as you retake Skodfell. So if you want that option, you'll have to know that option upon retaking Skodfell and invoke it then. Because of the powers that it would take to do it.
Right.
So you could make the decision a little later, but not like put it off forever, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
right now, Skodfell's not even an option right now.
Correct. We have to go back and save it.
Yeah, we might die taking back this land, so who knows what tomorrow brings.
That would solve the problem neatly.
We'll just have Layla raise you from the dead, and then you can be the keeper.
Well, can we make that decision once a monster comes through the thin, or a being comes through the thin, and then we have to fight it off? so we can gauge just how bad the situation really is.
I mean, I think dealing with the incursions is
Yeah.
definitely.
So ultimately, now all you really need to do is commit to choosing one or the other, but
Yeah.
you're committed to do one or the other.
Yeah.
I agree with that deal.
Yeah, I think we should just take it.
Yeah, I agree.
We can take the
It
deal.
feels wrong not to push them and generate some sort of persuasion saving throw, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm a
They have
persuasion
no
guy.
idea.
I'm the right things in a book that happens guy.
Our champion has been named. Their name is Sprout.
Oh,
They can regenerate themselves for all eternity.
Right.
that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
And, we got to put them somewhere, right? So,
Earn your keep.
all right. Well, now that we decided, I guess, do we start making some Minecraft building checks? Like, what
Okay.
happens next?
Certainly, yeah. So at this point, then, the creature here will nod. Go, very well then. Those who are still loyal to the in-between, I will recall. This will weaken the forces of Skoskred. And you should have better luck with them. In addition, and she begins to whisper as a light flows over all of your weapons and hands. And she goes, "You have my blessing." Lastly, one of you must serve as the bond between my people and yours. Who will do this?
I look at Layla, but I mean, wanted to just if anyone wants to speak up, better hold their peace.
I'll
mean,
do it
if-
if nobody does.
Okay. I was gonna say if nobody else wants to, Layla will. But
I'll do it.
all right.
Okay. Very good. In that case, there's a glow that will come around you as well as this orange and violet light rests lightly upon you. Then my blessing you have. So everyone, against the forces of Skogskret, you have advantage on all attack rolls,
Sick.
and your spell DCs are considered one higher
Sick.
Noise.
from this agreement. So, to be clear on the differentiation, does not help you against any of the people or entities breaking through because it's thin.
Right.
But there you go.
Against that evil entity and its minions.
Yes. And with that, the items below seem to be absorbed into the very being of the creature as they seem to meld back into the starlight. So What are your courses of actions here?
Am I just a cool glow stick now?
I'm getting your stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm actively going into my dock.
Gotcha, no worries, for sure.
As I'm narrating.
I'll bend over, touch my toes, like breaking the glow stick. I'll just start glowing. How we summon her, or that's how we summon them.
Perfect.
Yeah, you gotta get some good bond stuff with that general boon.
Yeah.
I hope so, because I'm very squishy. I have a negative in strength, charisma. Playing a science dude is not the best. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. I'm giving you your tier 1 ability. So one thing I didn't quite try. So basically, as you make deals with some entities, the first level is tier 1. As you just sort of make the initial, the more you do to follow through or help or embody the entity, more powers get revealed. So this is just sort of the starting, if you will.
Yeah.
Here, different people have chosen.
Yeah, it's you and currently
Brynja, I think.
Yeah, Brynja.
Yeah. Okay. So I put down the handouts there. All right. So it's the entity has gone, and now you get to determine kind of what your next courses of action will be here. So ultimately, what you know here is that there are negative forces that are still probably around.
Right.
You have power, better power against them to conquer, and they've also certain ones have been depleted.
Can I make a history check and maybe have a glean insight to some tales I've read about from some fake creatures and maybe the things that we're up against that could lead them out, that maybe we can end up using it advantageously to lead them into a trap?
I gotcha.
Like different, like herbs, or maybe like the heart of some type of animal, something weird, whatever.
Yeah, I think from this, while those tears are around, the major issue you have at this point is that you would deduce that because this has happened and forces have been removed, this is going to be an at-war feeling. So the idea of like luring something out that way isn't like really going to be overly effective because they're on guard. They don't think it's just peacetime or whatever. What I will let you do is you go give me a history for just general Fey stuff.
Sure. 21.
21. Okay. So, based on the scrolls you read at the library and all that, you would understand that cold iron is either something that these folk tend to be vulnerable to, or sometimes it's the only thing they are vulnerable to. That regular weapons, whether magical or not, have no effect. Depending on their relative levels. It's not true of all of them, but there are some within this realm that could be true of.
Interesting. Okay. So I'll share that with the group and let them know that they might be susceptible to the cold iron. And do I know? Is there any place where we could get, or know where we could probably mine or get some more of that to like protect the people, or Is that like just maybe reusing some of the iron like daggers or different things we might have on hand?
So which ones you have considered steel?
Oh, okay, I got you. Fair enough. So okay? So we would need to really go back to places where people have our furnaces in town, or finding one that maybe Eric could work on. But I think maybe some of us might have steel weapons. I don't think I do, but it would be nice to use that in terms of maybe like what's that thing spelled called? Animating like steel objects. That would be cool.
I mean, so are we assuming then that just any standard weapons then are not made with steel?
They are made with steel.
Okay. So
Yeah, I only have a few daggers, so I don't know if we can do something like that where we could like acquire a lot. I don't know how many people have access to animate objects. It might just be me, but that could be very useful in the fight.
I mean, I got some. Well, would arrows or crossbow bolts be steel tipped?
Yeah. So, and what you're looking for is iron tipped.
Oh, iron tipped is what we
Yes.
need. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I thought you might be moving. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I have 2 hand axes. I have no idea what they're made of.
We
All my
just
other weapons are actually magical. But you said fire? I take out my cache of oil flasks and start making Molotov cocktails. I have 8.
Well, your many talents.
If needed, I can produce grease to put in bottles. I'm pretty sure that would also work.
I have lots of extra bottles too.
Okay, I think we can make that work.
My weapon is a wooden staff.
That counts as
mean-
cold iron, right?
Sure.
I mean, we could get some iron and just like plop it on the
Okay.
ends.
We'll make some nails out of cold iron and we'll just stick it through the staff.
I mean, yeah, we could. I mean, if we find some mining deposits, like I said, you got to make some Minecraft checks. You got to build some foundations, a house. We got to mine.
So I have a lot of things like tent spikes and crampons and pitons. Are any of those made of iron? I have a crowbar.
You could argue with me that like a crowbar and some pitons might be iron. I'd let you use that as iron. Yeah.
Okay, I have some iron. Eric, can you do something with this?
Well, maybe. From my remembrance, I think cold iron it takes a lot longer to make, to my understanding. So the reason it's called cold iron is because you don't actually use a furnace on it. It takes the process a lot longer. So yes, we could, but it's going to take some time.
Okay.
Is there, in the travels that we've had so far, have we come across any dungeons, any caves?
Yeah, we just left one.
Okay, that's what I figured, but I know that we didn't leave on the best of terms, so I was trying to omit that one, just not go
We
back.
can
to
go
that
back.
one.
We can step.
I mean, if we still
No.
want to go fight them, and then just go see if there's.
There is another one a few days out where we saw some werewolves that had red fur.
Cold iron and some fangs. That sounds like a good weapon to me. Or some hides, realistically.
The fur disappeared. Don't ask me why. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Well, I think immediately we should try to face them head on with what we have. But if we could find some way, maybe some access.
All right. So I have an idea for the DM.
Yeah.
Love
I
it.
know that I can take any magical weapon and concentrate on it with a ritual for an hour and turn it into a packed weapon. Could I do that with an iron crowbar?
So you'd have a crowbar.
And make that my packed weapon?
I mean, yeah, you could. It would essentially be a well, you're proficient with it by the things of that thing, right? So
Yeah.
You got it.
Okay. And I don't is it count as a battle axe?
No. Well, I don't know. What's a
No.
battle axe's damage dice?
One-handed is a D8, two-handed is a D10.
Okay.
Just tell me what to count it as.
It would be a D6 damage is what I would use as a crowbar.
I'll count it as a hand axe then.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll count it as a packed weapon that's a hand axe. I think I can just tell it. I think I can make it my packed weapon. Okay. I'll figure it out.
I was gonna say
An iron hand axe.
I can also infuse non-magical weapons or items to be magical, but I kind of gave them to myself.
But like like that, I don't. If they're cold iron, if they're only susceptible to cold iron, that would be a little difficult. But
Should we? A question above table. Do we know of any places nearby where we can purchase said iron, possibly from another
villages.
village?
There's a few villages that look like maybe a week out.
So this is what I would say here, as a general thing for what you're thinking about, is you kind of want to figure out what you might want to decide is your prep time. How much time do you all want to take here to prep whatever it is you're going to do, as far as in game, like in world? So a week,
Right.
2 weeks, whatever. And then we will go from there as far as what roles we can do and how many weeks of time or points of time to get what you want. Because that would probably be the best way. Be like, cool, we want to spend 1 week or 2 or whatever, and then we can figure it out from there.
Okay.
If that makes sense, because yeah, potentially there's resources. It just depends how much time you're taking to prepare. So once you decide that, we could go from there.
Would you say that I would, with the current state of things, would it behoove me to potentially try to make these weapons, like simple swords and stuff, or would it be easier to try to purchase these?
I mean, you're a blacksmith, so I think making it probably works.
Right. Okay. So and that I guess that leads to my question. So, if I wanted to make a weapon of choice for everybody, I'm assuming I'd have to get like a list of exactly what everybody wants. That would determine how long and how much resources and things like that I would need. Right.
Just give me 10 cold iron darts.
Darts. Okay. It'd be kind of cool is I could give. Well, no, I can only do one.
All right.
Because I have an infusion spell of return weapon.
Yeah.
So you can throw that and it comes
Well,
back.
yeah. So my thing, I was just going to animate them anyways, so they're going to come.
Oh,
back to me.
never mind.
They're going to come back to me regardless.
Okay. That works. Okay. So I guess Eric is going to ask the group, what does everybody want as a weapon?
I pretty much just use magic, so I'm not sure if I necessarily need one, unless that's going to be the only way to deal damages with the cold iron weapons.
Could we make armor out of it? Like simple.
I don't know if I have time to do that.
Well, yeah, I'm also not sure if that would actually do anything for us.
Right,
Would
because we want to be susceptible to their attack. We want them to be susceptible to our attacks on top of what we have. You know, with that boon that we have and having like those advantages, we might just roll over them.
No. Like if I was gonna have anything, I guess like as far as weapon, maybe let's see here. Scimitar or spear, I guess.
Spear would be less, you know, it'd be partly wood, so that wouldn't use as much.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll take less time.
Yeah, I just spear, I guess. Or crossbow bolts, because I'm probably not going to be up close and personal anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I can make those. Those might be a lot easier to just,
Well, as far as like actual amount of cold iron that we would need, I think spear would be the least. Because it's just a spearhead.
Right, and yeah.
So yeah, I'll just go with that if you're gonna make me anything, but put me at like the bottom of the list of priorities.
Well, I mean that's assuming that we can't find a lot of the stuff, I mean,
yeah,
assuming that we were able to purchase it and there's plenty of it.
But yeah, it's just like the nearest town is pretty far out from where we are right now, unless we find like some caravan on the road when we get there.
Watch of iron. Let's get that guy. Okay, so
Right.
I got a spear or a bolts.
Yeah, like I said, I would focus on kind of what do you want or what the time, and then we could see what's there. Because maybe you just discover stuff or not, right?
Right. So for me, I mean, I think that it's important to get these people settled, right? So setting up camps and semi-permanent lodging. So
we're looking for a temporary camp before taking the land. And then
we got to get these people settled somewhere, right? Like before, they can't just be out in the open while we're fighting.
Well, they could raid with you too.
Oh, okay, I got you.
But I mean, that's kind of the whole taking the land type of deal.
Gotcha.
But so it sounds like the weapons might be the deciding factor as time, because once we have that, it might be good for people to think about what they're doing. So, how many weapons are you looking at trying to do here?
Yeah, I guess for me, you could either tip my staff with a iron tip, or I could do Torhilda's trick. I have my staff is my packed weapon in the same way. So flavor wise, I like using the staff, but I can make do with a crowbar and just do slightly less damage. I mostly do distance magic spells anyhow.
In the same way, there could be iron applied to the staff.
Yeah, that's what I had in mind, is just iron tip the staff so I could whack people with it. That'd be my preference, I think.
Okay,
yeah, I would definitely take the 10 darts because I don't think it would take much, and I could probably do a lot of damage with the animating them.
Okay. Darts.
I'm wielding a magical crowbar.
Hilda's going with it, apparently.
A magical iron crowbar.
How about you, Nala?
You could. It would have to be like a great axe for her.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she'll use her regular one and infuse it with magic.
Okay. Make that work. Okay. So we got a great axe, 10 darts, an iron tip for the staff, and a spear or some bolts.
Okay, does that include Layla?
Yeah, I've got the spear.
Spear
I think
slash dart, or spear slash crossbow bolts.
I think for myself, I'd probably just do another light hammer, but out of
Yes.
or like the plate, the the face of the hammer would be just wrapped in cold iron.
Cool. Anything else that we want to put in the category of these things determine how much time we spend?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I took my time, right, with kind of investigating them, and then us, helping out with this. So.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that you might still everyone have still stuff they can do. I'm just going as far as how much time. So with that, because I feel like the question is that Eric's proposal was, if we did all this, how much time is that? Just tell me, please. Because
I don't have any tools. I don't have any tool proficiencies. I'm still reading my alchemy book. So.
Yeah.
I can help you with jeweler's tools, so I can maybe help apply the iron tips to Bormunder's staff and some of the finer work. I can help you.
All right.
Gotcha. So
So if we got Torhilda and Eric, then I can say that you can all probably achieve this in a week if you want to set 1 week as your time.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So
if I can add a little bit more, if we have enough, and if we have any left over, I would like to lace my armor with some cold iron. Again, the party's weapon choice would come first, and then if we have any left over, I would probably spend a day after trying to outfit that armor with cold iron.
I mean, I also think it wouldn't be a bad idea to try to arm as many of the villagers either.
Yeah, I'll teach them how to make Molotov cocktails, because you said, Azariah, did you say these are they don't like fire?
I don't recall fire.
Didn't say anything about fire necessarily. I would say, because you guys have invested in the Fae, different types have different elemental affinities.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's not, just you have no idea what you're technically facing at this point.
Right.
But some are immune to all elements. It just sort of depends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you would like to add to this, having the villagers equipped, and it's Torhilda and Eric doing it, then I would say you're probably talking about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I do want to go around and tell them at least, try to equip yourselves with anything iron. I like this crowbar.
Make it all weapons that they all can use. Yeah.
I was going to say, can we see if there's anyone in the village that would be able to assist us with this?
I mean, there are. That's sort of the. I'm just putting that into the time.
Gotcha.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be assisting getting the materials too.
Okay.
So yeah, like if you didn't have a village here, these numbers would probably inflate.
Higher. Gotcha.
I'm taking the village into consideration as I'm figuring this stuff out. So very cool. So Torhilda and Eric are leading the the arming stage. In these 2 weeks, is there other jobs or things anyone else is taking on?
I think Layla's gonna just keep trying to gain proficiency with the navigator's tools, because just in case we need to, be plotting shit.
Okay, so you're really focusing on getting a good idea of the area.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that tons.
I was gonna teach, see if I could teach people cantrips, but I'm like, can they say that? I don't know if me and Bormender wanted to teach the people up so they could be better, ready to fight Fae, like he and his fighting, and maybe me with some history knowledge or something. I don't know. Even though they got a good boon, there's something we can do to make the people.
I'm good with that. If you two want to do it, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm always in favor of helping out the villagers to protect themselves better. So I think that
I'll
makes
assist
sense.
with that.
Perfect. So magic lessons for now.
Yeah, magic and combat.
Yeah. Magical combat lessons. I like it. And then what is Nala thinking of?
Nala will take on the role of management. She's going to make sure people have jobs to do, like crops or hunting for food production, just to make sure everyone is taken care of. People good with herbal stuff are going to take care of finding medicines and just kind of taking care of the basic needs of the clan for this week that we're kind of in this place we're not familiar with.
Sure, I love it.
I know it's kind of funny, Matt. I do actually have a relevant book in my inventory for this to make this. I don't know if it could even really hone it into the village, but I have a book in my inventory called Battle Tactics for the Arcane Warrior. It's a manual on combining martial prowess with magical skill, offering strategies for combat situations.
Okay.
So I'm reading things from this manual aloud.
Got it. Yeah, I'll lower the DC when we get to it. I'm good for that. I like it. Very fun. All right.
Torhilda is attending some of the lectures.
That's funny.
She can't read, so when anybody's going to have a reading corner, she's going to come sit and listen.
Ooh, yes. All right, perfect. So, in that case, I would say let's do Smith Tools check. I would say since Torhilda helps, we can add her. Actually, why don't we do this? Torhilda wants you to do your jewel crafting. We'll have Eric do the smithing.
All right. What in the world am I rolling for that?
Cool. So the jury here would be dexterity with proficiency.
Okay. Can I guide myself?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Dexterity. Oh, it's not cooperating. Let's see. It's an 11 on the dot. 15 plus a d4. 19.
Nice. Then what about the Smith Tools for Eric?
I think the intelligence modifier.
What you said, the intelligence one, the intelligence.
Yeah, you can do
with their proficiency. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, hold on, because I think I have advantage on any checks that require tools. Yeah. Wait. Let me find it first.
Sounds artificery.
Yeah, it sounds like an artificer ability.
Your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check you make
Nice.
using your proficiencies with tools.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, intelligence plus normally is 4, but it's going to be plus 8 this time. So that's a 17 plus another 4 on top of that because it's already added a 4. It would be a 21.
Okay.
And then I'll do Flash of Genius to make it 25.
Ooh.
Got one left before a long rest.
Very nice. And okay, so you are definitely able to achieve all this. So there are iron weapons in general for the villagers
Mhm.
to trade through, and the ones that you asked for the party. In addition, and I would say, yeah, all the ones for the party with the two of your rolls will give them +1 to hit.
Okay.
Nice.
So with so for my background, I did take the rune shaper. Can I encarve runes to these weapons as well, or engrave runes into these weapons?
What's the time did I put a time for those to do that?
Let me see. Whenever you finish, you can inscribe. They inscribed you no spells and spell dresses carrying marked objects. I don't believe it says.
It's when you finish a short rest, or
I can inscribe equal to half proficiency. A number of runes equal to half of your proficiency bonus.
okay.
Whenever I finish a long rest.
Okay, yeah.
Basically,
So
I
whatever
can
your ability allows you to do,
yeah,
then I would say you could go ahead and do that. I just think you can have a max of half your proficiency, I believe.
Mm-hmm. So it'd be two per day technically that I can give that. I think.
Yeah. Probably just check that there's not a max of total runes out you can have.
Okay, I'm reading that.
Yeah, so check that. But yeah, basically, whatever that says you can do, I'm cool with.
It might be good to put it on Nala's for sure. I would suggest that.
Well, the thing is I've already chosen the spells.
Oh, okay.
So it's only the spells that I know. They'll be just first level spells. So my thinking was.
So while you do that, let me get to the other rolls. You can kind of say what you ultimately get to.
Yep.
Very cool. Layla, why don't you give me the navigation check?
Well, I'm not proficient. I'm trying to become proficient with them. So that's what I was doing.
Okay, very cool. So we'll still do that.
So nature check?
Yeah.
Or... Okay. And I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
Got it.
So dirty 20 plus... 1. So 21.
21, okay. So... I think a few things. With that, I want to say you've achieved half proficiency.
Woo.
So you can still get proficiency a little later, but so you can begin to add half your bonus to it. And in addition, take away you can, and you have some natural camouflage abilities, being able to get out a little bit more here. I'm going to say that we'll say non-magical difficult terrain of this in this area will not apply as you are moving through it.
Cool.
Not including things about like being underwater or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Azariah and Vormunder. I would say let's do this. I think a good way to do this would be doing your spell attacks or your weapon attacks as like the way that would determine how well you do here.
Okay. 23.
Oh, I'm also asking
Nice. Then Vormunder.
25 for me.
Very good. All right. In that case, we're going to represent this by. There's going to be a plus 2 damage bonus on attacks.
Nice.
Representing everybody helping in these battles, as long as you are bringing your people with you in the battle. So if you do like a stay behind, the bonus wouldn't necessarily apply. But as you're doing a full raid and going through the woods together, conquering the way, then Nala, I think go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Uh, 28.
Okay. Case. One thing we'll be able to do is this will produce, we'll say a month of rations from hunting and being able to do everything. So we're going to have to worry about that for everybody. In addition, there are herbs that are brought up so that everybody in the party will be able to get a healing potion from this.
Nice.
So you can add, each one can add 1 healing potion to your inventory from them being overly productive. And then I'll go and say we've got 10 pounds of excess of iron left over. To their gathering and the way that Nala manages to make sure everyone's playing to their strengths and keeping everything really good. Perfect.
What spells is Eric able to give out to those 2 others?
So after reading it, it looks like it's a daily thing. So in the morning, I can inscribe a rune to an either a weapon, clothes, armor, stuff like that, and by the end of the night, it'll fade. Is how I'm reading.
That sounds about right.
Yes. So maybe once we go out to war fight, that you can do that for one of us.
Correct. Yeah, I have. And again, if any of you think this would be helpful, let me know. Armor of Agathist, Comprehend Languages, Entangle, and Sanctuary. And this could be put on a weapon, armor, piece of clothing, or other objects you touch that are non-magical. But I can only cast 2 a day.
That's my tank top. I'm keeping it.
All right. Let me try and think about that because we'll go ahead and take our break. And then we will come back.
I know. I like to do so. That's my over.
Alrighty. Coming back.
Outside tries to find her way out.
Very fun.
Read through, Mom.
So,
Why is this really just there? Am I that tall?
sounds like we're a bit ready here.
Yeah.
I didn't know I'm that tall.
Maybe this your time he touched you.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Worked for me.
Alright, cool. So,
I wanna be with you.
with all that in mind, your 2 weeks of preparation time over. If you hadn't already, make sure you mark that long rest, as well as any of the background crafting that would naturally happen if you're using the toolcraft stuff.
This time, Nala, today your necklace is not glowing.
Instead of Sayo losing it in her closet. My closet's in there. It's not a mess. I actually am trying to keep my closet clean now.
Are you still little, by the way, Nala? Is Shanky back?
Just a little, yeah.
I made it back. Whew, whew.
I'm glad to have you back.
You know we still have clothes to do. Oh, you're hanging up on that.
Question for Matt.
Hmm.
What were the bonuses to those weapons again?
Taking a breather.
With my notes.
Yeah, I think it was
There's a
plus
plus
one.
2 damage bonus.
Okay, gotcha.
Right, and then when Eric made his weapons, he got a +1 when he made our weapons.
Plus 1 to hit, yes.
Yeah, to attack. Yeah. Yeah, the damage bonus was for me and Bormunder teaching the tactics.
Right.
Everyone.
And then they have advantage.
Yeah, from the boon from the lady, we have advantage on attacks against them, and then our spell saves DCs went up 1.
Okay. Very good. So, thus planned. What is the plan here?
Guess we kind of want to go out and raid with the group, right? So we get most benefits, and I guess take them right to them. Like, or are we trying to scope them out? I mean, maybe Layla through her scoping around, find like where maybe they could be manifesting mostly, or where they're at.
Okay. So basically you're staying with the group and going out, right? Is everybody good with that? Just making sure I got everybody here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
Very nice. This is in that case.
Hello?
You begin moving forward from your position just on the outside, and during the 2 weeks, you have been able to determine while there seem to be some test skirmishes at the edges of the civilization that you are making, the small little area, nothing too crazy, just more testing as they're trying to suss all of you out. And Layla, with what you were doing, you did determine that past the plains and the kind of river that moves through the heart of where Skorgasat is in a bog near the heart of the forest. And so ultimately, you have the plain area before the river itself, and then kind of trying to get into the wood as far as where to move forward to truly root out the current operator of this place. And so is there anything special for your approach, or is it going to be a basic, like, straight up assault coming in?
I mean, I'm assuming we're gonna be trying to stealth up.
Yeah, let's see here. Could I do something like create an image of an illusion, like a minor illusion of maybe someone walking up there, or something, so that maybe can lure someone out for them to make a false move first?
I like that. Yeah, trying to have like illusory people moving around, so that you can see if something happens. I like that. Very good. Yeah, I guess with that, go ahead and give me a deception check there.
Sure.
Mariah.
That's all right. Not terrible. 16, I think. Yeah, 16.
Okay.
15 plus 1.
Perfect. So, with that,
I guess as we get close, if I think we're within a minute or so of getting in range of them, I would have a spell I'd like to cast before we encounter them.
okay, that might be a bit hard to determine right now. Like, okay, try to keep that in mind the best we can.
Okay.
I think as you are walking, the ground here is a little more wet. Maybe a recent irrigation flood that came through. You can see on the ground are thousands of pink petals that are strewn about as you move through. Some seem to have been like taken away, partially harvested. They're very, very itty bitty, very, very tiny and delicate as you move your way through. As Raya, as you look ahead, how far ahead can your friend Illusory be here?
I think it can go out less like 30 feet from me.
Okay. Sounds good. So 30 feet as it floats there. About a 10-foot wide mouth opens in the ground. Below it, it kind of reaches up about a foot and grasps upon nothing and lowers back down and becomes nice grass and pink petals once more.
Now, does that area of land, like on it, look different? Like, I able to determine, like maybe those flowers are maybe indication that this beast might be under there, or?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Sure. Yeah. Ooh, a dirty 20.
Very 20, very good. I'd say when you look closer, the grass and the flowers look to be just slightly more vibrant in color.
Okay. It's like a slightly different tone. All right.
Yeah, almost more inviting.
Okay, I'll let everyone know that. Could I do a thing before I let myself be known? There was a gem that I received in one of the first few sessions that I'm going to invoke.
Nice.
It was a red corundum, sorry. And I'm going to take it out in my hand as it glows red, and seems like there is lava inside or something like that. And I am going to try to summon a fire elemental next to the little spot in the ground.
Okay. So the fire burns bright.
And as it shines bright there, illuminating the flowers and petals, am I able to command it to attack then? That hole in the ground, or is try to ignite it, I guess.
Yeah. So it begins to attack, and given the nature here, it lights on fire and screeches, and can only move very slowly as it tries to sort of get away. As you just watch it slowly get consumed and destroyed, and as it does, there's a little bit of burnt ground where the fire elemental has been, but other than that, it seems like the ground it manipulated just looks like grass and the flowers. As it dies, and you see spurted up from the ground is what looks like this black root.
I guess maybe take that time to command it to look for more of those things, and as I maybe use their good eyes of Layla, one of our scouts, to search out maybe the brighter flowers and maybe just take care of this from afar.
Yeah, I'll try to spot any as far away as I can.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
And guidance on myself. Ooh. That's a 28 for the guidance.
Nice.
Can I get to 30? I cannot. 29.
Nice. Very good. All right. So in that case, I'd say you're able to sprout these almost beast traps around as you move slowly. And with the archery and staying far enough away, you're able to burn these down a little bit by a little bit as there's screeches and cries of your murder.
Yeah.
And that. And each one you see eventually comes up with this black root that is there.
Are we able to examine the root and maybe see if it's has any use in alchemic or herbal, uses?
Absolutely. Oh, somebody has the appropriate tool with the toolcraft for that?
I am reading 3 days into reading the Alchemist's Apprentice, but I'm sure that maybe I could use the use of Torilda's skills of herbs and things like that.
I will assist with my herbalism kit.
Oh, nice. So herbalism would work well there too. Very cool. So it would be a check. Let's do the herbalism check because it makes the most sense. With intelligence there, or wisdom choice. I'll do Torilda there. I think wisdom or intelligence.
Well, one is less negative than the other one.
Could I help give my intelligence with reading the book? And, okay, so you'll have a +5 Torilda.
Okay, so +4. I'll guide myself. Okay.
And someday it will be a good help.
21 total.
Very nice. Okay. Yeah. This particular root, though, killed through the arrows and various fire that you had used. Ultimately can be used to make a potion of poison.
I'll start to do that. Oh, and I didn't add my proficiency bonus, but it sounds like we made it anyway.
Okay.
All right. So I guess I don't know if I have time to craft that now, but I can.
Yeah, we have it. How many did we get, Jim?
I'd say from this is probably a good 7.
Cool.
7 potions of poison.
7 material to make.
Materials to make. Okay, I'll note it down.
No, that's not going to decrease. Problem with you and me.
Absolutely.
We care. Any girl can feel all kinds of
That is not going to fit me, but that would be.
Do we see any other features or disturbances in this part that might allude to this present Scott?
I feel like I'll open
Go
ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Shoot. It's not my thing. Oh my gosh, this is great. Another dirty 20.
Okay. Cool. So with that, then, what you're able to do is pushing further in here, slowly. You can tell that there are some larger trees that have grown up here, and now there are flowers of nearly every color. And with that, you can see a little far off, and there's kind of probably this moment of tension here, as you can see many tiny creatures, little tiny, both women and men, about 6 inches to 5 inches tall, having what seems to be like black markings all around them, like tribal tattoos, more or less. And they are hiding within this area. They seem to be kind of waiting. And there's tension because if you see them, it's probably a matter of time at this point.
Right. These are the who we are looking for, and not a part of the lady that helped us out, right? That bonded with Eric. Okay. Yeah, I'll just command the maybe the elemental to be by Nala and point that out to her, and gotta get ready. And is there a place we see where maybe a good amount of them are all like in one area?
They're fairly strategically spread out.
Right. They're pretty small. They're small, but they're pretty. Like it's just like a good amount of them spread out. I'm guessing, like
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. So ultimately, the way, because of the battle will work, is when I gotta say this thing. This is probably what your party may have to deal with.
Right.
And then, as you see this huge force, your village and your warriors will be dealing with them here, and it is your representative how the thing is going. Ultimately. So kind of in this tense, you kind of see the enemy sees you. I know Bermuda is there. Did you want to get something off here?
Yes. I'm a little concerned about Elric being squishy, and I am going to go ahead and cast Protection from Evil and Good, and touch Elric on the shoulder and advise him that this should help protect him against the Fae that are planning to trouble us, and it will give them disadvantage on attacks against him, and
awesome.
renders him immune to charm, fright, or possession.
Nice.
Cool. Anything else?
What's our distance from where they're laid up?
Probably, you're probably within like 20 feet of the closest one here.
And how about the furthest ones?
Possibly like 80, depending here.
Okay.
So we'll get this. So for this bit then, because unfortunately our department's not feeling great. So what we'll have you all do is we're going to have to utilize D&D maps.
Oh.
So you can get that. Usually it's on your character sheet. There's like a little play button. You can click.
Yeah, top right.
Yes.
Fan of the ones that weigh you down. Then it feels like I'm dying. Trying to even clear it. Okay, yeah, you did get it.
Find it. Tell me if there's any problems.
My currency says we are waiting for the DM, but I didn't.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep. Give me a second. So that I can fix that here.
Too bright for you.
I love it, but then look at your feet.
Yeah, but look at this.
All right. You should be able to try now.
Yeah.
The slits go all here, period.
I like it.
And if you got pee, just go, excuse me. Mommy's not a lady. Shit. So heavy.
One to the ones that
Yeah, basically all where Azariah is there.
I brought that one thing with the
Pull a few of you down.
I love that so much. My classmates would be like, how you gonna pee? And then I just
Then if someone would like to share their screen for stream, we can use that.
because that's so hard.
Such a heavy dress.
Because that's
I can if no one wants you.
Well, there was
Let me see if I Yeah. Okay.
Love hysterically. Reed was just like, wow, it was crazy.
All right.
I don't want this dress.
I don't like it either.
In addition, you can roll initiative when you'd like.
Another one still has the tag on it.
Ooh, natural 20.
I'm trying to say your voice, but my brain.
2.
Don't forget everybody is +4 who is close to me.
On initiative
6.
checks.
Yes.
Yeah, so I got a 26.
I have 6.
Okay.
I'm not gonna do this birthday. Wanna know I bought this one?
I'm 15.
21.
Yeah, I thought I could do this.
Okay.
I'm probably going to ask my warhorse to help me. Do you want him to go on my initiative or my own, or have his own?
It'll go with you. That's easier to keep track on. That way you don't have to call on Warhorse. Elric, what'd you get?
Do I get a +4 to this or no?
Yeah.
Okay, it would be a 14.
Got it. All right. Very good. In that case, as this begins to start, that huge fire elemental. Azariah, you get to go first.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
I gave you my death.
Cheese that tried to kill me.
At least take your turn before you die. Come on, man.
I know.
What a surprise round.
Whoa. Let me tell you, that was intense. Okay. So I'm going to command my fire elemental to move forward.
Got it.
I'm going to attack the nearest one. Perfect. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, moving to get there as long as they do.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to move it right now. Sorry. Okay. Uh-oh. And it's going to attack here.
Nice.
Hitting it twice. And that will be 11 for the first hit.
11 to hit.
Yes.
All right. It zips around the flames. Does not hit. Jeez.
15 for the first or second.
15 hits.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Okay, that's gonna be 9 fire damage. Is this creature flammable?
They are flammable.
It ignites, and then until you take your answer to action to douse the fire, you take 1d10 damage at the start of each of its turns.
You got it.
And then I will move this way, and then I'll use my action then to actually before I leave that spot, I'm actually going to use my action to blood bond with Nala, and then move right here. And then so let me give you that temporary die or HP. All right, okay. That's going to be only 19 temporary HP. But I am bonded with you. And that is my turn.
Very nice.
This is freeze. I just live in the closet.
Perfect.
Back up in my hojo.
Okay.
That was a good judgment.
I don't want to judge up.
Very good. All right. So
Bye-bye.
see here.
I'm glad I moved.
Yeah, I think it's right
Okay, there we go. That's 20 feet. That's what I
want.
want. Okay. So, yeah, right about there. So that one to fly straight up is super quick and does not provoke an opportunity attack.
Ooh.
And concentrates in sharp thorns protrude from the ground in that area.
The one I just hit?
Yes, that one did that.
Okay, let me roll the...
Yeah, give me that fire damage.
4.
All right. Perfect. So yes, I'm gonna represent kind of their flight over here just for purposes. They're gonna take some of their movement here, the second one, and they are going to cast another one of them. There we go. Whee. There we go. Yeah, they want to get just about there. They want to include you.
Oh,
So
I'm
they're
sorry.
gonna
Do I see them? I'm muted. My bad.
Yeah.
Counterspell.
You got it. Let me double check. I think that just does it. Absolutely, that is gone.
Poof.
Poof to that spell. Then they're going to go ahead and take cover, so they can't be seen, but still about 15 feet above the ground.
Okay.
And this one makes itself a little visible here. And it will cast the same spell. Perfect. It cares a little bit less about you and wants to... No, actually... Yeah, actually wants to do that. So I'll put it right there. So with that, and that's going to take a little bit of cover here too, but it will be Nala's turn. I'm getting some air.
And those are the same spikes, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So Nala, what'd you like to do?
All right. That was 15 feet up. Okay. I'll rage.
Okay.
Probably be super cute than you.
Okay. Was that difficult terrain?
Not difficult, but something else. So specifically, going through this is No, it doesn't. Oh yeah, it's difficult terrain. Yes, difficult terrain, magically, and you take damage for every 5 feet.
Okay. All right. She goes. Man.
Okay, are you flying or what are you doing?
Walking.
Okay, so that's like underneath. That's a tree trunk.
Oh.
So that's like a big obstacle. They're flying around it.
Okay. So I don't see him. I'm sorry. I don't.
I mean, you kind of saw them flitting in and out. Some of them might have a little bit of cover.
Okay, so I can't. Can I guess. Can I swing at them or?
You're in the air. One's 15 feet in the air right now.
I mean, I have a 15-foot reach. I just don't know if I can.
So I'm saying you can't enter where that green part is. You have to kind of go around.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see if I can even do this. Wait. Okay, but hold on. 50. Okay. I think that as far as it can probably go. Is that 15? Hold on.
You're 15 feet away from the one, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's resolve the damage real quick.
Yep.
You raged ahead of time, so that's 16 half to 8.
Okay. All right. And they're hiding. But so advantage is canceled to standard.
They're not hidden. They get like 3/4 cover from this, so they just have a +5 to their AC.
Okay. Okay. Sure. We'll try to. I'll throw everything I have at them at first, just to see what happens.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nice.
So I will max critical. Oh, this will be thunder damage, by the way.
Okay.
1 plus 51 plus 57. So it's 57 thunder using the iron weapon.
Nice. And they are bloodied.
Okay. And I will swing one more time.
With that, does that spike growth will go down?
Nice.
All right, I'll swing one more time. 18.
That'll miss. I'm able to have you hit the tree instead.
All right, that's all.
Okay. Layla.
All right. I'm going to. How many was are there? 1, 2, 6. So I'm gonna go ahead, just put us all under bless, which is 4th level. So boom, everybody bless. Okay.
Very cool. So everyone gets the bless?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to get your D4.
That was my action, and I don't have any bonus actions that I can do at the moment because of spell. So, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna go ahead and move. Oh, hold on. 1,
Makes sense. You guys are fighting.
4, 5, 6,
Hey, put yours.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna move over there.
Well, then the one I'm
Yeah, I just want to put all this down.
You got it.
Yeah, and
All right. Bormunder.
All right. So I haven't done mounted combat in 100,000 years, but I think I can mount my horse for half my movement.
stuff I want to put that into.
So I will mount him, and then we will charge out into the field. So I'm just gonna be moving more since I'm on my horse. So his movement is 60. Except
Love it, hate it.
I can't figure out how to move myself.
So just point and click. There you go.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So I think I'm there. And I think I will go at the one who was the most injured and attack him with Eldritch Blast.
You got it.
Oh, it's down here.
So that's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
And that's 10 points of damage.
Oof. Very nice.
No extra damage in this circumstance, right? It needs to be with a weapon. Or do I get, because there was like the +2 for the townspeople. I don't know.
The +2 bonus, I think, was with any. But if we were rated,
Yeah. Yeah, the +1 was weapons. +2 damage is for any with spells or weapons.
Okay, so make that 12 instead of 10.
All right.
And 15.
With that, how do you want to kill it?
Yeah.
I just shout out in anger that this is not the time or place for you to challenge us. We will kill you one and all. And just Eldritch Blast shoots through the air. I think he's a little surprised to find me on the other side there.
Oh yeah, with a lot of quickness. Oh, good job, Nala, opening that up.
And then I guess then my other Eldritch Blast, I'll go for his buddy.
You got it.
Oh, I already had rolled that. I rolled a 15 to hit.
That one missed due to the angle in the cover.
Understood. I think that is going to be it for me.
Got it. All right, now we got our little friends in the back more. So cool. Oops. All right, the first yeah, they're gonna fly here.
Sorry.
You slammed that into my leg.
Sorry.
Right there, this first one, and go ahead and let some arrows fly. You can see they quickly take an arrow and they seem to dip it in some type of magic at their side, and they fire a little bow for 27 to hit.
Good too.
That's going to be, Bromunder.
That would definitely hit.
So that is 9.
I'm going to use my reaction to give it disadvantage.
You got it. That makes it a dirty 20.
That's still going to hit.
Well, phooey.
Right. So that'd be 9 piercing damage. And I need a wisdom saving throw. That's a magical substance mixes with your blood.
Oh, that's a 15.
15 will make it.
I'm saying you get the addition right from your save aura.
I do, yeah. So I'm +9.
Yeah.
Which is a good
Yeah.
thing because I
On
rolled
tally sheets, it automatically does it for them.
Oh, that's awesome.
It calculates their aura into their save, so they don't have to remember it.
That's amazing.
2024 is crazy.
Very good. As you find yourself almost dozing off and falling off your horse for a second, but you keep it through. Next. You have a little bit of time just to get a little high up there. And these two will come just about there. They're going to shoot their shots at Barmunder as well. Because you're the furthest one up for them.
Quite rude.
All right.
Also, if I'm honest,
So I'm just going to process all these. 14.
Miss.
17.
Miss.
26.
Hit.
All right. It's going to do that one. That is 10 piercing damage. And then another 26.
Another hit.
For 11 piercing. This one was marked with the magic. So I need another wisdom save.
Another 15.
You make it. Takes 2 more strikes. 19 to hit.
Miss. I will do shield.
Nice. And then a 21, which I think misses too, right?
It does.
All right. So there's ding, ding, ding off your shield.
Nice.
They have just enough movement to kind of begin moving, and they are all 15 feet in the air. At this point. And then Elric.
Alrighty. So, I'm gonna go ahead and move myself. Let's say about.
This is my orange jacket with my
Well,
bloody orange shirt. I wear this for Daddy and nobody else.
it's about here or so.
This is the
Um,
and I tie it in the front.
and I'm going to
No one else ever sees
take a shot with my short bow
it, but I have one for
at
him.
the one directly in front of me.
All right.
I'm done with that shirt. What about this hoodie?
That is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
No, it's a
Awesome. Just to be sure, so one of the feats I did take was the Strike of the Giants, and it says with a ranged weapon attack, which this would be, right?
keeping this because this
Yeah.
is Emma's.
Okay.
And she gave it to Mommy.
Awesome. So we'll go ahead and do a Fire Strike on it. Let me roll damage.
Nice.
So that's 7, and the Fire Strike is 1d10, I believe.
I love it.
This is mine.
I love
This
and
is mine. I'm keeping it. It's so.
I love and I hate this. You know why? Super cute.
Awesome. So that's 8 points of damage, or 7 points of piercing damage, and 1 point of the fire damage to it.
Nice.
And then I'll pull back. And since this one's infused with repeating shot,
I like
you'll just see another bow magically appear. Roll to hit. Add would be a nat 1 plus 7, which is an 8.
Yes. Ding in the tree.
In the tree, of course. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to. You'll see Eric kind of, I guess, like
It's a nice one to have like a just a light shirt underneath.
bash his braces together and activate his defensive field,
You like it or hate it?
which gives him 9 temporary hit points.
Nice.
And I'm use the rest of my movement to. The heck out of the room. It was about 10 feet, 30. So
Also nice when you're like, I want some
there
people
it is.
to be warm.
Right there. That'll be the end of my turn.
Got it.
Oh, we're getting good. We're getting to the other side of the closet. I still got a whole bunch of other rooms.
In that case, there is a thundering as you see a mounted horse person with a helmet in the shape of the sun ride onto the field. And they corner their horse and kind of try to take stock of everything. See Bermunder at the front as they grab a hold of their mask in one hand and it glows brightly. And 3 bolts of bright yellow energy streak towards Bermunder. There's a 23 to hit.
Shield is still up, so that misses.
Nice. All right, all 3 bolts are just going to bounce off the shield. That's all they have, unfortunately for them. Magic just absorbing that. They kind of curse to themselves and then Torhilda.
Uh-oh. I probably don't see that. I'm just going to come out just a little bit. 5, 10. I'm going to take aim at this far one that's like directly above me with an Eldritch Blast. Is that +1 for Eldritch Blast or no?
No, it's just +2 on the damage.
Okay.
You are blessed, though.
Okay. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
And it's +2 on the damage, so 11 points of damage.
Nice.
And I will push it back 10 feet.
Ooh. Ah.
Does it-
Some of these I know because I'm really
They're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
And I'll do it again.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm a shiny black. But I need to pendulum.
26 to hit.
Over here too. Side I dress from.
And 9 points of damage.
Nice.
And I will pop out Svanhilda and put her in the tree, in that same tree, in a tree branch, kind of towards the front.
Okay.
And then I will kind of tuck back in.
Got it.
Even though it's in multiple holes.
All right, then top we go to Azariah.
Okay, so I am going to take a step back to my right here and get myself again. And I'm going to move back and then over to the right. And as I do, I will first invoke the power of my staff, and as some liquid comes out of the crimson gem on top of it and goes down my arm, seemingly it disappears and ends up coming out of Nala's arm as a writhing, coagulated blood lash comes out for them to use.
I'm not trying it on.
And I did upcast it, so you can use it twice each of your attack turns. And with that, then that's my bonus action there. So for my action, I will Eldritch blast one of the ones through the tree. Let me see.
Yep.
One that's on the other side over here.
You got it.
And that will be. What's that? 27?
That hits.
All right. That's only going to be 2 force damage.
Okay.
Oh, I guess 4 force damage because I'm.
I was going to tell you, you're adding your thing, yeah.
So, and then I will command the elemental to go towards one of the ones that are closer to the ground. It's large. I mean, I don't know how that affects how far it can reach in the air. It does have only 5 feet reach.
Yeah, look for the sleeve that he can. Their arms are different.
So it can reach them, yeah.
Okay. Then 2 attacks here. Let's roll one. Okay. That is going to be a 23 and then a 16.
Both will hit.
All right. So he will hit. The first one will be
Okay. So I think that's all.
12 fire damage, and it is on fire. And then the second one will be 8 fire damage.
All right.
And that is my turn.
One more shirt coming through. I'm correct.
I'm a bit happy. I'm just happy so good that it changed.
There you go.
Give me a second, science.
Very good. And we're back to
That's fine. I'm gonna start pulling out stuff.
our little guys here.
I don't know what years these are from. Okay, let's see.
19
They're all mine.
first.
2019, 2019,
Got this little guy.
2019.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna start by moving here so they get a clean shot over at Nala. And they will fire it, dipping the first one in magic.
My brain just knew you got a lot of dresses like
And that is 23 to hit.
Yep.
I have a question, Nala. Would I know that a plus 5 to your AC would help you avoid that, or no?
It would not.
Okay. Just wanted to-
Okay. Then give me a wisdom save, please.
Oh my god, I have no idea.
Use inspiration. 17.
17, you're good to go. You take 10 piercing damage.
And then I'll come back for this. These are on my pants side.
And I'll go next to, that's a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Cool.
Would a
20.
plus 5 help you there?
Yes.
So then I'm going to use my reaction, and the blood glows on your forehead. As the blood bond, I'm able to cast shield on you, as I just did the lash. So you are shielded. Plus 5 to your AC.
Nice. So that bounces off, and then it's a 26. So it goes through the shield for 11. After 5. And
I really need clothes that like cover
okay.
That's why we try to
From there,
these ones. Yeah. Yeah.
they move up here. Next, this guy in the corner. Come down to about here initially, and we'll go ahead and tip an arrow and fire it at Azariah. That is 21 to hit.
That will hit.
I need a wisdom save.
I got you. That is magical, so right.
Yeah, this is a magical effect.
I get advantage. That's a natural 20 for 26.
Very nice.
And yeah, it's the damage.
That is 10 piercing.
Nice.
Do its time.
Let me roll my concentration. For the, whatchamacallit, which I also have advantage on. Oh yeah, I get that for sure.
Okay. And the only other one to worry about is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. I can't use my reaction.
All right.
Right here,
So 10 more piercing.
Cool. Roll again here.
Arrow.
That one as well.
Gonna go back. Then Nala, it is your turn.
All right. What is?
Oh, it's a D12, and then plus. So it'll probably be plus 9 to hit, and then you also add 5 to the damage, so 7 total extra damage per hit. So D12 plus 7 bonus damage.
What is Score Knight?
It's the knight that just came on with the sun mask, and he fired 3 bolts at Bormungar.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Hold on.
Punish him.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and attack the Score Knight. I'll go ahead and roll everything I have. Let's say nat 20.
Oh my god.
Nice, that hits.
2 D12s. That's crazy.
All right. So what extra damage am I adding on here?
So for the lash, each hit is 1d12, and then you add each hit has a bonus damage of my modifier, so plus 5, but then you also get the bonus damage of 2, so plus 7.
I already have the bonus damage, so I add 5 then. Okay. All right. So I'll go ahead and max critical.
Okay.
Hold on. All right. That's 64 thunder.
Jesus.
Nice.
Is he still up?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll swing again.
Like, oh.
3 more hits, buddy. Let's see if you can last. Because you have advantage on each one, because this guy, like, is he one of the minions, right?
Yeah.
That's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. That'll be 28 thunder.
Very good.
All right.
All right. Now they are bloodied.
Okay. And okay, so the thing you gave me, that gives me another attack.
Yeah, so you have 2 attacks, right? Every time you attack with it, you can attack twice.
Oh, so that was just my first attack.
Okay. You're using it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, as long as you're using that weapon, not your other.
Right. Yeah, you have to use the whip.
All right. Okay.
To attack 4 times. Otherwise, it's like 1 attack and then
again.
2 attacks.
Yeah, so using the whip's damage each time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
17.
That'll miss.
Okay. Go ahead and attack again.
Parry the blood whip away.
Let's say 18 to hit.
That will miss as well. As
And
they take their lance and push it away.
And remember, all that damage too is its max hit points are reduced by that much. So
okay, and because I'm using the whip, does that mean I do not add the extra attack from a great weapon?
It wouldn't count as a great weapon. So
yeah,
I couldn't hear that.
So it doesn't count as a great weapon. So
okay. All right.
Yeah, it's a light finesse weapon.
That's everything then.
That you have proficiency in.
All right. Very good. Then Layla.
All right, I will go ahead and move 5. No, hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can I just move straight like that, or do I need to move over one?
You have to move around the tree if you're not flying.
Okay. Well, how big is the trunk?
Basically, all underneath it's considered the trunk.
Okay. Well then. Alright. 5:30. Can I get there? I think that was 30.
There you go.
Okay. Go there. They are 90 feet. 80 feet. 70, 65, 70. Fudge skulls. Alright. I will not do. I don't have anything in range right now, actually. I guess I'll just do let's go second level guiding bolt at the knight.
Got it.
Guiding bolts. So it's a 13, and then do I get anything extra to hit? Oh, I have left.
You just get an advantage to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So 22 to hit.
That hits.
For 22 damage.
Ooh, very nice. And he's lit up.
Yes.
Plus your extra 2 damage.
Okay, 24. And that's gonna be it because I still don't have bonus action. But there's nothing I can use with bonus action.
We'll get you a bonus action, buddy.
Well, it's all of my bonus actions are leveled spells, and when everybody's too far away for me to use a cantrip on them, or use one of my actions, I have to use my action spells or action for leveled. So that is it for me.
All right, Barmunder.
Excellent. One day I'm going to master the not talking while I'm muted thing, but today is not that day.
Not that day.
I am going to go ahead and boogie on up to our knightly friend here, and I am going to whack him with my quarterstaff. With advantage, I suppose. So that's a 27 to hit.
That hits. And this is the knight or someone else? Sorry.
The knight, yes.
Perfect.
And that does 10 points of damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to use whatever the hell it is to hit him with the other end of the quarterstaff.
Going around.
And that was not so good. Let's see about a little bit better. 18 to hit.
That hits. Oh, what was it hit again? Sorry.
18.
18 will miss. Sorry.
Okay. Alas, that is it.
Okay. And we got the rest of our Fey folk up here. They've okay, so I think we each get a little closer here. And the three of them will focus Nala for now.
Who got the benefits of shield?
That's right, she still has her shield up.
Yep.
Very cool. So, hey, first one dips and shoots for 23 to hit.
Yep.
All right, wisdom save, please.
19.
That makes it so 11 piercing damage after 5 for you. That finishes it out. 27 and a 21. I think those both hit.
Yes.
So that's 9 half to 4 and 9 half to 4. On the other one, first dipped. 24 to hit. I need a wisdom save.
You are by Gormander, so you get a +4 as well.
Okay, but 20.
Plus 5, I think.
24.
Very cool. So that is 8 piercing half to 4.
Sick.
Okay. Then about 4 more arrows bounce off your shield until we get a 25 to hit and a 22. But neither of those are dipped in magic. So that is 12 half to 6 and 11 half to 5.
Okay.
Then charge here. Go ahead and go back to hiding in trees. Have a lot of movement. And they come in to shine their little bony bows and flee. Then Elric.
Question. Can I cast, since I have 2 actions, basically, attacks per action, does that mean I can cast a spell and a cantrip, or no?
No, if you have 2 attacks, it's just 2 attacks. Unless you have a special, you can.
Like a special that I can do both. Okay, so it's either one or the other. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and move into position to where I can see people as best as I can. Move like right here. And then I'm going. Do I have a clear shot at the knight? That guy right there.
Quickly look. Yep.
Okay. If that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and take a 2 shots with short bow. So the attacks per action, is that only melee attacks, or
Depends on your class feature there, bro. Probably just attacks.
features? Okay. It just says I can attack twice rather than once whenever I take the attack action on your turn.
Yep.
It doesn't specify if it's
so whether
melee.
it's ranged or melee, you're taking 2 attacks.
Okay, cool. So I'll take the first shot to the knight. That's fun. That's a 10.
Ooh.
Definitely hits, right? Definitely hits.
He just ducks under that one.
Yep. I'll pull the string back. Another arrow pops up and take another shot. That's a 21.
That'll hit.
Okay. Let's do a piercing shot. Or yeah. That'll be a 7 plus I'll do another fire strike. For a 10, nice. 7 piercing and 10 fire damage.
Nice.
That makes a difference.
I don't know what I said, but that's what I meant.
You said it was like a bath robe.
And I don't have any good things necessarily when it comes to my bonus actions. So I'll say that is it. That's my turn.
Right. Right, he's going to rear up on his horse, take his lance down at Nala. For 22 to hit.
Yep.
All right, that is 14 piercing. So up to 7, and then 6 radiant.
Okay.
That burns down with sunlight. Takes a second lance for 24. For 12 piercing, half to the 6. And 11 radiant.
I'm going to use my reaction to do interception and reduce the damage.
Yeah, roll it.
So I rolled a 9, which I add 4 to, so it takes 13 of that damage away.
Nice. So reduces that 13 for Noah. Then for this last attack, it is a natural 20.
Disadvantage.
Got it. 15 for a miss.
Woo!
Oh, well timed.
Yeah. I only get a handful of these a day, and so I forget sometimes that I should be more selective with them.
Okay.
But anytime I hear natural 20, that's going to be my first reaction now is...
Hey. They look, and there's the sound of a clock ticking and chiming all around as Nala's wounds begin to burn with radiant energy. And I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Nat 1 for an 8.
Plus
I would-
5.
Oh yeah.
I have a question.
Still in that
And
one,
you're-
but it's
And you're blessed.
oh yeah, I am.
Yeah, hashtag blessed.
Wait. I don't know if that's going to help, but I have a question.
17. With a
This
nat
is the
one.
nat 1, right? So it's probably not going to help.
No, nat 1 isn't a saving throw, only attacks. It's
Correct. So a 17 is the DC. Freaking amazing. Look who doesn't age 3d10 years.
Kidding me, Matt? Why are you going to do that to me again?
All right. Don't worry, this one's way worse. So you avoided it. Because this puts effects of the age with it.
Which a version of her with that effect? Like she's currently the small version. So with like the small
currently
version,
the giant version.
Well, that's true. You're the giant version now. That's fun. That's hilarious.
All right. So go to Torhilda.
All right. I guess I'm going to move around.
Yeah.
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to take some shots at the knight there using pack tactics. 25 to hit.
That hits.
14 points of damage.
All right, that's right on the knight there.
Yep.
Got it.
Does it look like it's damaging him in amount that I would expect?
Yes. He's just a beefy boy, so he's getting it. But he is bloodied still, so he's like definitely looking bad now.
All right, I'm going to do it again. 28 to hit.
Nice. It's
16 points of damage.
my God.
I'm going to swap places. I think I'm going to... Oh, what the heck. I think I'm going to... No, I'm going to swap places with Svanhilda. So I'm going to get up in the tree and take some cover in the tree, and also then gain some, hopefully some vantage point here. And then I'm going to move Svanhilda forward 30 feet.
Nice. Just in that Echo Knight goodness.
So that she's pretty much right up there in the mix with the 3. But that's my turn, I think.
Very good. We go back up to Azariah.
Oh, all right. So I am going to first move a bit forward and to the left here. And when I do, I'm going to try and attack the. Actually, no, I feel like that's always. I'm going to focus on the little creature to my left in the tree, and I'm going to magic missile.
Nice.
All right. Oh, sick. That's a 4. So, and I rolled that. I did that second level, which was that 4 darts. So it's 12, 16 force damage.
Yes.
And then on my bonus action, nope, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to command my fire elemental to attack the knight.
Got it.
2 attacks here. Okay, one of them's going to be a natural 1. The other one's a natural 20. So that's fun. We like that dichotomy. We'll take it.
Yeah.
So, I should have rolled that advantage here. So 10 plus the other. 10 plus 4 for 14 fire damage.
How do you want to kill him?
Nice. So the raging fire elemental that has the grass underneath it ablaze just reaches out, and once it does, the knight's skin and armor starts to burn away and darken as he falls over.
Perfect. A cremated heap and begins to dissolve.
Nice. I guess I'll have the fire elemental run over to the next victim. This way.
This is another one of the super ones where I'm like, oh, this is so cute. Why is it short?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Pretty sure no one likes that.
Perfect. It is that one's turn. And they don't want to stay there. They are leaving.
Smart guy.
They will go there, dip an arrow, and fire at Azariah.
Smart guy.
For a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, I need a pure wisdom save.
Yep, we'll take it at advantage, of course. 16.
16 makes it for 11 piercing damage.
Yeah, take it. Plus whatever Bless will give me, I guess.
And then a natural 20.
All right, I'll take those. I don't have anything that can combat that.
So for 12 piercing damage.
Right. Oh, let me roll concentration for those, by the way. I also get an advantage. I am one hefty wizard. Natural 26. And with plus 4. Okay, I got it. Oh.
Okay. So I'm going to mark this guy blue because he's going to go 35 in the air total there.
Okay. Can't reach him up there.
Then this guy will cross to about here and fire at Azariah. Dip in. That one misses. Then a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
And a 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So that's 13 piercing and then 11 piercing.
13, 11. All right, concentration. All right, that makes it. That makes it for the second 2 times.
Okay. And there go to 35. Those are those two. Nala.
Okay. All right. The knight's down?
Yes.
Okay.
Right now, I was just trying to go through.
Hold on. 5, 10, 30. Yeah. Okay. So I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'll swing at the top north guy here.
Yep.
I'm just going to use Great Axe because, yeah. I'll do everything on him, though. Uh, 15. I'm gonna swing again.
You can still get advantage if you didn't get that.
Yeah.
I know. All right, so that's a 22 to hit.
That hits.
All right. So that will be 28 thunder. And are they still up?
Oh, yeah. They're not bloodied. Just like, oof.
Okay, so bonus action will be to take a healing potion. And that will be that.
All right. Layla.
All right, let's go ahead and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, so should be within range of stuff. So first, let's go with just a second level here, spiritual weapon, and give it a swing at this one straight in front of me here. So
That one's 35 feet in the air.
oh,
The ones with the blue rings are 35 feet in the air.
Yeah.
okay. Well, it's well, I can send it 60 feet away, and I'm 5, 10, 15, 20.
So it sounds right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think you can get to that one in the air if you wanted.
Yeah, so I'm gonna swing my spiritual weapon at it, and is that an advantage still?
Yeah.
Okay. So 16, and then
Yes, that hits.
okay. I don't even need to do the bless. That's a whopping 8 damage. It's +2.
Nice.
And then I am going to. God damn it. 1 sec. Evie, get. No. Fucking... Sorry, cat was exploring the desk. I will. Let's just have Toll the Dead on it. So wisdom save.
You got it. So it's got here. Ah. The dice first for a second. 15.
Fails.
It is damaged?
Yes. Cause I just damaged.
I know, just reminded you.
So 16 more damage to it.
Nice. It's bloodied.
Alright. So as action, bonus action, movement. Got to do all of the stuff this time.
You got it. Full turn for Layla. Bermuda.
All right, I am going to get on my horse and go to about here, and I am going to flash my holy symbol, channel divinity, and abjure the extraplanar. Any phase within 30 feet of me that can hear me must make a wisdom saving throw, DC 17.
Nice. So that should be 3. Actually, I think that's 2 that you're going to get there.
Are you adding +1 to your DC?
Oh no, so it's 18 then. Yeah, I wonder. So even if I got directly under the blue ones, I couldn't get to that.
If you got directly under it, you could.
Okay,
But as
well
soon
then,
as you're not directly, you have the problem.
all right. Well, then I'll land on him to get three.
To get
of
those
them,
three,
I guess.
perfect.
Yeah,
Love it.
and that'd be as my lovely bride pointed out, DC 18.
Wisdom save.
Correct.
Okay, so
I got one you're gonna want right here.
perfect.
Nope.
So the high up one got a nat 20, saved, but the other two failed.
So it's basically like turn undead. For a minute, they have to use their action to move as far away from me as they can. So they have to dash.
Oh, better.
And that lasts 1 minute.
You got it. Okay, I'll mark them white for turned.
And that's my action. Do I have anything useful? Bonus action spells? Not really. So let me wait. I have one. I don't even know what it means. Let me check real quick. Nah, I'm all right. I'm gonna let it be.
You got this one?
You got it.
I don't think I fit.
All right. With that, we're going to go ahead and end for tonight. And we will come back with these creatures' turns in 2 weeks.
Woo.
Everyone watching, thank you so much. We will see you next time. And if you're at Gen Con, find us and say hi. Or find me and Jalen.
Yeah. Find us.
So, see you then. Oh,